Videos are being released that are showing what type of man Donald Trump is.
What do you think about the email leaks that show who Hillary really is?
I don't care. Listen, Donald Trump said on this video that he likes kissing pretty women and that...
You don't?
You are gay.
Now on the topic of these books that you keep calling these point of contacts on as it relates to whether they should be read or not. 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher, currently in Storm Grove Middle School and Freshman Learning Center. Page 265. As if letting him me was going to cure all my problems.
Sir, I'll stop you there.
But in the end,
Sir,
I
will
never
stop
told you to
there,
get away.
and then
And
we
you
will
didn't.
continue
You stopped
to
rubbing
not look
circles
at that. I'm
on
going
my
to stop
stomach.
you there, please.
Instead, you rubbed
Would you
back
cut
and
the
forth,
microphone, please?
gently along my
Cut the
waist.
microphone.
Your pinky made its way
Cut it.
under the
Stop
top of
it,
my
please,
panties
sir.
and rolled
Stop
back
it.
and forth
You don't
from
stop,
hip
I'll
to
ask you
hip.
to leave. Sir, he needs to be removed.
Take me out, a black pastor, for reading these books.
Thank you.
Not good. I won't give this.
So this is basically a book that they read to kids in school, and he's not allowed to expose it and read it to them. They don't want to hear it, so they actually got him removed. But kids are allowed to read it. Make it make sense.
The truth is, of course you do. Selfish, irresponsible men all love abortion. Yeah, selfish, irresponsible people love abortion.
Look at them. They're so aggressive, aren't they? Acting like they want to fight, but I can guarantee if you do something back, they're going to cry and play victims.
Why do you think Piers is so offensive?
Well, I think the way that Piers talks about people, and specifically non-binary people, is that you mock them, you make fun of them, you use them as entertainment, you use the lives of real people in this country, a vulnerable minority, as something to make fun of and get a reaction.
Be specific.
Well, when you claim that you're a two-spirit penguin.
Yeah, you know why I did that? If literally you can now identify in 100 different ways your gender, including two-spirit person and all this other stuff, then I am entitled to identify as a two-spirit penguin. In other words, there are no limits, and what's interesting is, you want me to respect all those 100 genders, however ludicrous some of them are, but you have zero respect for my right to identify myself in any way I see fit. So in other words, it's one rule for you. You say everyone's entitled to say they can be whatever they want, but the moment I decide that I want to be a two-spirit penguin, you go absolutely nuts.
I mean, who cares? At the end of the day, he says certain things that you don't like. It hurts your feelings. Get over it. Do you know what I mean? Who cares? Move on with your life. People say mean things all the time. Does it really matter? No. Don't let words affect you. But anyway, check this out. Imagine losing an argument to a penguin.
My name is Teacher Roby. I am not binary. I use they them pronouns.
That's bullshit. Yeah, it's bullshit.
For example, they are a great art teacher. They taught us how to draw stitch.
They have a mental illness.
That was very confusing.
Many of you already know that about me. Pronouns are super important for myself, for you. It's important that we get it right every single time.
No.
If you ever make a mistake, I'll just politely correct you. And you should also be making sure that you use those correct pronouns.
I'll get right on it.
If you have questions about that, we can talk about it offline, all right?
Well, thanks for wasting my time.
Let's say there's just some boy out there, and he was just sleeping with a bunch of girls, and he gets a girl pregnant, and he's like, oh, man, and she wants to keep the kid, right? What would you say to him? Like, and he doesn't want to have the kid.
Get ready for child support. Child support. There's nothing you can do, like you have to pay the child support.
Tough luck, right?
He has no say,
you
right?
shouldn't have done that, right? See, we only hold men accountable for their bad decisions, but if a woman wanted to get an abortion, and if we were to tell that woman, you should have just kept your legs closed, a lot of people would be very offended by that comment and say, well, women should still have an option, and whereas if a man gets a girl pregnant, suck it up, tough, enjoy 18 years of child support. You have no say as a guy. You have no option.
If you abolish child support, you will see abortion rates skyrocket. And if you abolish alimony, just watch, divorce rates will plummet. And it just proves how a lot of women are getting pregnant for the wrong reasons, and a lot of women think it's okay just to get divorced because they feel like it. Even if there's nothing wrong with the marriage. It's just so easy for them because they know they're going to get probably the house and half of the man's assets.
Have you watched these pro-abortion rallies? The people are just disgusting. Why is it that the women with the least likelihood of getting pregnant are the ones most worried about having abortions? Nobody wants to impregnate you if you look like a thumb. They're like 5'2", 350 pounds, and they're like, give me my abortions or I'll get up and march and protest. And I'm thinking, march? You look like you got ankles weaker than the legal reasoning behind Roe versus Wade. A few of them need to get up and march. They need to get up and march for like an hour a day, swing those arms, get the blood pumping, maybe mix in a salad.
Videos are being released that are showing what type of man Donald Trump is.
What do you think about the email leaks that show who Hillary really is?
I don't care. Listen, Donald Trump said on this video that he likes kissing pretty women and that...
You don't?
Sir, can I finish?
You like kissing ugly women?
Excuse me.
Hillary Clinton has said racist things. She's called black people super predators. Why don't you talk about that? Email leaks have shown how Hillary Clinton has called her own supporters dumbasses.
Donald Trump.
Like you.
Honestly, there's just no point talking to these people. You can't convince someone the truth. If they don't want to believe it, they're not going to believe it. Like, no matter what he got told, he was like, I don't care. He's purely running on emotion. There's no logic. There's nothing. And these people are easily manipulated. They want to fit in so bad. So whatever they hear, they just go along with it. It's kind of pathetic, really. And this is another student. Like, these are the students of America today.
You guys love to say and complain about women and hookup culture and this, that, and the third. What if men just raise your standards and you guys stop sleeping with everyone? Then maybe your lives wouldn't be so difficult. You keep complaining about, oh, you know, this and that and the hookup culture and saying that we control hookup culture by, like, if we don't sleep with you guys. No, how about you guys stop sleeping with everybody? And that'll be the fix you want to see.
Well, here's the difference I would point out to that. You say you guys, but what I would argue is when it comes to hookup culture, it's actually a fairly small proportion of men that you could say are responsible. So I think what's going on in hookup culture is you have women who are chasing after the top 10, top 20% of men. They're sleeping with all the women, and then the rest of the guys are lonely.
You know what? It never surprises me how little some of these women know about the reality of men's lives. And in the words of Kevin Samuels, women control access to the sex, but men control access to the relationships. And that's true. So if a woman spends all of her 20s sleeping around, she's made that choice. But when it's time to settle down, it's up to the man to decide if he wants to settle down. And if he doesn't want to be with you because of your history and your past, then that's up to him. And that's often what happens because men don't get judged for their past like women do. That's just society. That's the way it is. There's nothing you can do about that.
Your kid came to you tomorrow and said, hey, you know what, Mom?
I want to skip puberty.
I think that I'm a girl.
And I want to skip puberty.
I want to be a girl and I don't want to be a boy. What are you going to do? You're going to let them go through puberty? It's the child's, like, if that's what they're telling you as a parent, I'm going to let my child. I don't have kids, so I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
It is tough. It is tough. As a parent, it is tough because I'm a single mom, so it's harder on me, you know what I'm saying? But I'm sorry. You came in this world a certain way, you know what I'm saying? If you want to dress a different way, cool. But as long as you're in my household, and I firmly believe, like, how you are is how you're meant to be in this world. You're beautiful how you are. If you feel uncomfortable, there's psychiatrists, there's other ways to go about it.
It's so insane to me that these people think that a child can turn around and tell you, yeah, I don't want to be a certain gender, I want to change. And then these people are willing to put them through irreversible surgery and puberty blockers and things like that, like to a child. But yet if that same child turns around and says, oh, I want a tattoo, what's everyone going to say? Well, no, you can't. You're a kid. You can't make rational decisions at that age.
The thing about fighting is I believe that every man should teach his son how to fight. Every man should teach his son how to fight. You know, he's not going to become a professional fighter, I don't think, but he'll know how to fight for the rest of his life. It's with you forever. Football isn't with you for the rest of your life.